afternoon. Couch potatoes. I'm in Haweswater again, the Haweswater area. I'm going up to Blea water. The last time I was there was May 2017, so just over 2 years ago. I've always been put off every time I get here. I'm always a little bit late, so I end up going to Speaking Crag, or other areas surrounding Haweswater. But it's the hottest day of the year, and I've chose to, it's in between there, it's in between that little gap there, but beyond a little bit. I went that way the last time and went off piste a little bit, so I'm just gonna like basically follow the streamline and get up there that way. I've packed a little bit lighter. I've just got the Snugpak ionosphere on us. I've got my water filter with us. I've carried this, just a little bit of water to hydrate us while I'm getting up there. And also, if you've got a water filter, bring an empty bottle of this. Basically, you can just fill it up and we fill a couple of bottles, and you'll never have to go back to the lake, you know. Right, I'm waffling now, so I'm gonna make some good progress and get up there as quick as I can. It's usually about an hour and a half, but we'll see how long it takes us this time. Check this in a bit. If you ate that, it would kill you. I'm just having a little breather. I'm getting about 3/4 of the way up. If you can see the centre of the picture there, just over that crest in the middle, I think Blea water's just there. Like, I went totally off piste the last time I come. I went all the way around there and over the top of there and then down into Blea water. It took us about 2 hours, but I must say, like, I've only been walking about half an hour. I'm getting 3/4 of the way up without having a break, so happy days. Like, I'll be up there in about 20 minutes, I reckon. So I'm just going to catch my breath and crack on. Right, I'm at Blea water now. I've found a spot different to the last place I was at, just along this shore here. So I'm going to filter me, back flush my water filter with fresh water this time. Don't back flush it with the water you actually want to filter. That's what I done the first time I demoed this. I got a few laughs out of it at least there. Right, flow, back flow. It's not going to work, is it? You're supposed to it says back flush it as many times as possible, but I find about 4 or 5 does the trick. There we're gone, back flushed. I can literally put this straw in there and drink out of that pond now. But I'm just going to fill this bottle up and hopefully I'll not have to refill it tonight. Saves you keep coming down to the water source, you know. Right, now to fill the bottle without actually falling in. Wouldn't be a bad thing, like, because I reckon the water's pretty cool anyway. If I had some shots, I'd have a little swim. Just be careful though if you're in the lakes and you're jumping in pools and that. Although it might be really warm on the outside, the water could be freezing, you know what I mean. Still, it might look warm like I say, but you've got to be careful of cold water shock. So if you're going to dive in any pools, acclimatise yourself to the temperature first. Maybe like just go in, like ease your way in, you know what I mean, get used to the temperature, then get out and then jump in. But I wouldn't advise just jumping into a pool, like, because like I say, cold water shock's a real thing and it does kill. So just a little warning. Drink the rest of this fresh water now. It's great to get where you want to be, like. I may as well fill this bottle up now. If you want to cut down on weight, like, if you're just new to wild camping, get yourselves a water filter, Sawyer mini water filter. Look after it, it'll last a lifetime. Right, there's me water done. Now go and find me little pitch that I've spotted.
Yeah, you've got your own surveys in that. Right. What you need to do, go on the internet, type in Garmin Base Camp.
Garmin Base Camp.
Right, it's some free software. And when you put it onto the computer, and it's like your tom-tom napping type, and all it is
just update.
It shows you road, but in the middle,
it's just white, guys. But if you put that in, and you've got your other survey maps in, you've got all your other survey maps, everything, on your computer, and you can plan all your walks on the computer, right, on a big screen, and you can go and walk it there. In fact, look, if I show you on here, what's that called? Garmin Base Camp. Base Camp. Now, right, if you look at this, oh wow, now that's much better than mine. Well, have you got maps on you? I've got the same map.
Right, there's me food for the night. I've had one meal today, breakfast. It's probably about 2ish now, so I'm due something. Army drinks, basically makes a lovely drink basically, like. Just poured in water, quite nice. I think they're electrolyte as well. All day breakfast, British Army ration pack. I brought this out loads of times. I'm definitely going to eat it this time, like, I promise. Just a bit of a snack. Couple of bickies, oranges, porridge for the morning. And some of them, in case I get hungry later on. I'll have them with another tin of tuna. I've got 3 coffees there. I'm going to have one now. And for my tea, I'm going to have tomato and olive stir-in sauce, some pasta, and a tin of tuna. Can it get wrong? So there's the setup right there, and here's the view. I look a bit hazy on the camera because it is hazy. It's quite hot like, so this cloud is quite welcome, because without it I'd be burning. But yeah, there it is, Blea water. I've got High Street up there. I will get up there sometime, but it wasn't the plan today, like, or I could have quite easily gotten up there. I just fancied coming back to this place. See that? Not that ridge there, but the ridge below it. I was camped about there in May 2017. It was a good camp. And this water here, this body here, it's actually the 3rd deepest water body in the whole of the Lake District. And it's not that big comparative to some of the lakes, you know. But you can see there, where it's a little bit, you can see the rocks underneath and then it just goes black. So I guess there's a pretty deep drop beyond that, like. Before I start cooking, I'd just like to point out that someone's been here before, because obviously there was a flat spot, all the grass was sunk in a bit, and they've left that there. Whatever the F it is, I do not know, but I'm going to push it back in there, because it could have a disease in it. I might catch anthrax or something, so whatever it is, take your crap next time, because I'm not taking it for you. Don't you just love being in the hills on a day like this? You can't beat it. No one's been up here before, Andy's Wild Camp. Get yourselves up here. It's a beautiful spot, whatever the time of the year. I'm just lucky to be up here on a day like this. On me hike up, the clouds were covering the sun, so it was relatively cool, you know. But now the sun's coming out a little bit, so getting hot. It would have been a lot harder, you know, if the sun was out. I wonder where everyone's eating their tea right now. I bet it's not better than sitting here. Right, it's that time again. Pitched, eaten, just chilling out now. Nice little place to chill, don't you agree? Starting to rain a bit. Not heavy, more refreshing to be honest. It's about tea time now. It starts getting quiet up here. There's been a couple of hikers past me and I've had conversations with. One of them's got a YouTube channel. So yeah, it starts getting a bit chill round about tea time, like everyone's gone back down to the cars and that. Stored me beer here. It's the only place I could put it, in case it drifted away. Refreshments. I've just had a cup of coffee there because I had a little bit of a nap before. The heat just, as soon as I lay down, that was it. A couple hours. It's about 8 o'clock now. I got that from Bampton Village shop again. Usual protocol. 6% Old Carrick Strong Ruby Ale. Heskett Newmarket Brewery, Cumbria. Let's have a crack at this local ale. I only brought the one, like, I remember the last time I come up here I was knackered, so I had 4 beers and water. This time I brought no water and just 1 beer. And I think it took us an hour and a half to 2 hours the last time I come to get where I am now. But this time it felt like just under an hour, so that's what I'm going to do next time I come up here. Ruby ale, very rich. I guess it's medicinal, one good quality beer like. They're a non-cooperatively owned microbrewery based in the Lake District National Park. Established in 1988, they are one of the oldest microbreweries in Cumbria. It's one of my favourite places, this, like. But I like this place, it's one of my favourite spots. I've been up here, it's my 2nd time. And the reason why I haven't been here, I keep going to that Speaking Crags because I just remember how brutal it was the first time I come here, and I made it hard for myself because I went the wrong way and it was twice as long, so and I went the right way this time, and I was impressed how quick I got up here. I wasn't that tired, just sweaty off the heat. Hottest day of the year and all. But if you get the Blea water and you want to camp up here, you can either go left, just on the basically just left of the water body itself. There's a ridge you can camp on. You'll see it easily. And then on the right, where I'm camping, that's the only spot on the right. Like, I'm pretty sure it was popular because it was all flat and there was a tiny little bit of rubbish there. And I've seen Wildcamper up here before with his drone, and he thought it was a good spot now. But yeah, the pebbles go out on this tarn like about 10 foot, and then it just seems to, the water just seems to go black. So there must be a sudden dip. Like, it's pretty scary. Could be wrong, but I'm sure it's 65 meters deep. Could be wrong, right? Correct us if I'm wrong. But it is the third water body in the Lake District. Pardon me. I think I'm gonna have my sausage roll now, like. It's always good to bring some snacks as well as your main meal, you know. Reason being, we all get a bit peckish, don't we, on a night after a beer and that. I'm pleased I didn't have this in the car park before I came up. I was thinking, oh, it might give us a bit of energy. Nah, it wouldn't have sat well in the stomach, like. If you're gonna haul and you're going up a height, eat stuff like Snickers, protein bars, flapjacks. You don't want your stomach too full, or else you'll be hurled central. Just starting to light rain a little bit. I haven't done too bad, I've only been bit twice today. But if I'd have been up Galloway Forest Park today, let's say, pushing 50 plus, like, so not too bad today. That's one place I'll avoid like the plague this time of year, like west coast of Scotland. I think every midgie in Scotland's in mourning because I'm not coming up this year. You get people asking what mosquito repellent works. The only one I haven't tried is Skin So Soft, but people swear by Smidge, and I think I've mentioned it before. I may as well have put treacle all over us because it seemed to attract them. And after using Smidge for the first time, after one night or one afternoon of wild camping, so I went in my tent to do 5 o'clock till the next day, I had about 70 bites of using Smidge. So if that works, well, you know, if I hadn't have put it on, would I have gotten 500 bites or 100 bites? I don't know. But if insect repellent works, you don't expect to get bit 70 times, do you? So in my experience, I hate to say it, Smidge didn't work. So that's why I'm avoiding Galloway Forest Park this year. Definitely. It's like just, well, I'll go up to Galloway Forest Park and sacrifice myself for the night. Not good, like. So if any of you out there get a bit like me, you'll know why I'm ranting a little bit about it.
Yeah, I'm just chilling and waffling like.
Stopped raining though. Someone had a fire up there as well. I'll show you maybe tomorrow. It's just scorched all the grass. It'll grow back. But if there's no trees around, it isn't the natural environment for a fire. You know, you're bringing your own combustible materials into a place where there's no resources to get that. You know what I mean? So if you're in the hills and there's no trees about, don't bring your own wood up to make fire. To me, it doesn't make sense. It's just an unnecessary indulgence, you know. Good morning. It's Sunday, 29th, I think, and I've had a decent sleep. It's raining, so I'm gonna have to pack up in the rain. I'm gonna get some porridge on the gun. And just pack up as quick as I can once I'm out the tent. Get back to the car. Finally gonna eat it. Just a bit worn out, so I think I'll get this in us. That's some calories to get back to the car. The best before was April 2018, but I've seen people eat these 10 years after the sell-by date, including me years ago. No, it's fine. So yeah, if anything's like a couple of months out of date and it's British Army ration pack, it's good to go really. Looks delicious, doesn't it? All day breakfast. Looks more like sick. Never mind. I'll still eat it. I finally ate it. It's been on about 4 or 5 wild camps with us, this. The only reason I'm eating it this morning is because it's drizzling a little bit. And, this is easier and quicker than porridge. Aye, not bad. Just tastes like more spicier beans and sausages. You can taste the bits of bacon in it, and it's got like beans and sausages, like quality sausage in it. Does what it says on the tin. Full of calories. Helps you keep active, I guess. You're for soldiers. Yeah, they're not bad. In fact, it's not that nice really, like, to be fair. I'm just getting it down me. It's just sludge. I think the vegetarian ones will be a bit more palatable. So at least then you're just eating plant, you don't know what part the animal this is off, do you? Right, that's everything packed. The tent's pitched, everything's back in the bag. All the rubbish has been took. I've left
Zero trace.
Other than the, well, I haven't left it. The only bit of rubbish is that little bit of tissue wedged in the rock. I'm not touching it, for all I know. It could be, you know, could have any kind of bodily fluids on, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not touching it. Anyway, it's been a good camp up here. I'm definitely going to be back. If anyone's thinking of coming up here, just go to the right hand side and find this spot. Basically just traverse the right hand side of the tarn, and after about 100 metres you'll see it. It's the only flat spot on this side, and if you're looking for something a little bit higher up around Blea water, try the left hand side. There's a little bit of a ridge that goes higher up, you know. That was the first time I camped at Blea water. Right, yeah, so I'm gonna just tidy up, make sure there's definitely no rubbish left, and head back to the car. It's been a good camp, and thanks for watching, guys. Until the next time, that's me from Blea water. It's a wrap.
Leave no trace.
Just the flat spot. But this is the flat spot I mentioned. maybe 40 minutes of cakewalk. That's where you want to be for the flat spot over there.